Go again, everyone. The Starlight Let's Player is here, and welcome to yet another Neptunia video. For this topic, I'm going to be ranking 14 of the CPUs from F tier to S tier. Yes, this is a tier list of mine. The reason why I'm doing a tier list on these guys is because I have a lot of thoughts and opinions on them. Some might be good, some might be bad, and some might be really bad, honestly. And before we begin with the tier list, let me get a few things out of the way. Firstly, the tier list is based on my opinions on all 14 of the CPUs. So if you disagree with what I say, that is 100% fine. You can leave your comments down below, or if you really dislike them, the dislike button is on the right, so you know what to do with that, okay? 2. Yes, I am counting the Ultra Dimension CPUs as separate from the Hyperdimension CPUs. They may seem similar, but they also have differences as well. 3. The tier list is going from worst to best for each tier, so the left side means the worst and the right side means the best. And 4. Now, another thing that I want to get this out, I want to finish this off. Even though I may rank some of them really low, I do not have any hate towards said characters. So, with all that said and done, all that out of the way, let's jump right into my tier list. Alright, so we're starting off with the F tier, and yeah, I really wasn't a fan of Vert. Hell, I'm not even a fan of both of the Verts. I mean, don't get me wrong, she got the looks and she's hella sexy, even in her goddess form. Both versions, by the way. But since both of them have similarities, I'll go over them without repeating myself. The same goes for the other two Ultra Dimension CPUs. Now, the first thing that I don't like about the two verts is how narcissistic they are when it comes to their breasts. They always expect to have the biggest ones in all of game industry, even to the point where they would take subliminal shots at the two blondes for having A cups. And when Yellowheart made her debut in Victory, Rebirth, and the anime, they felt pretty butthurt about it, especially Ultra Dimension Vert. Secondly is their obsession with having a little sister, but on two different occasions. In Ultra Dimension Vert's case, she found a HDD memory chip to allow Neptunia to transform into Purple Sister again, which is fine. But Vert manipulated her into thinking that she's her younger sister when Neptunia was able to transform using the HDD memory chip. And I don't know how I can explain it. You gotta watch it yourself. But yeah, pretty much she stole Neptune's sister, and even after she got her butt kicked, she still believed that Neptunia is her sister. Honestly, if I were Neptune, I'd punch her straight in the face. Hell, you can barely even trust her around kids. Peachy maybe, but maybe not around Kid Compa, honestly.
Look at me, Compa. Gaze thoughtfully and mathematically at my sizable chest.
God, that scene was so cringe. Hell, during that scene, Marvy almost had Vert beat with her breasts. I mean, why can't she just accept that there will be a few women with bigger chests than her? Maybe one day, but for now, she's my least favorite out of all of them. I commend y'all for going this far into the video, but oh boy, I know some of you all weren't expecting this. Now, the two Noirs are hardcore tsunderes, which I actually enjoy, but oh boy, the differences are so real. I did enjoy how much of a Chad Noir became in her own game, gaining over 18 friends throughout her journey, but the thing is, she comes off as narcissistic to me. Like, she expected to win and not lose. One example of that was when she ran into Whiteheart in Victory.
No matter how much you dislike my nation, I can't think you'd come here just to bitch at me.
Even at some of her own generals as well. Though I think Sango had it the worst, despite the fact that she kinda deserved it.
Your people let you get away with whatever you wanted, but those days are over. Do you understand? Yes. Loud and clear!
Her attitude doesn't even save it either, because she can come off as bitchy at times. One good example of that was how pissed off she was. to the point where Puna, Estelle, and Levi left her due to her bad attitude when Neptune left to join Blossom, Ryuka, and Tsunemi. I mean, what more can I say? She's arguably an awful version of the original Noir, and is such a turnoff for me. Now granted, at least she knows how to stay cute in her human form and sexy in her HDD form. I will give her that, but that's about it for me. She's arguably my second least favorite out of all of them. Now, despite what I said about the two verts, this one is much better than the Ultra Dimension one, but not by much. Even though she's over obsessive with having a little sister, at least she kinda treats Chica like one in Mark II. I just wish there was more to it. Plus, that along with the subliminal shots at Blonde are pretty toned down in V2 and Four Goddesses Online. I would say that she's become more tolerable in the recent games, though everything I said earlier about the two is still very present. And honestly, the scene where she has two other sisters called Vert is extremely weird and cringe. I'm sorry, but I would much prefer Noir and Blonde's dreams way more than Vert's. Maybe when she continues to have more character development, I'll consider moving her up to C tier, but for now, the original Vert is at D tier. I never really liked Peachy that much. I mean, she's cool and playful even in her HDD form, which I still find a bit ridiculous, but she can come off as annoying a lot. I think she's even worse in the anime than in Victory, breaking Neptune's console for not wanting to play with her, stealing her food, even running around with Nipgear's Endgear. Granted, at least she's gotten better in episode 13 of the anime. She's a lot nicer, while still keeping her playful side. Hell, even in Four Goddesses Online, she's very kind and joyful. But still, she's only been on like 4 to 5 games along with the anime, and I don't really consider her as one of my favorites or one of my secondary favorites. Yeah, like with Vert and Noir, both of the blondes have similarities. They're both rocking A cups, they both like to read, and they're both cute grumps that can be scary when they're angry. But just like the other CPUs, I prefer one over the other, and in this case, I prefer Hyperdimension Blonde over Ultra Dimension Blonde. I mean, there's nothing bad about Ultra Dimension Blonde. She's definitely better than the other two Ultra Dimension CPUs. Thing is, she can come off as boring to me. It wasn't that noticeable in Victory, though her voice seems a bit too soft, although I did like the part where she along with Iris Heart beat the shit out of Mr. Bad.
I can't hear you, bitch! Say it louder!
Ouch! Please, don't shout!
How dare you try and impersonate a human, you swine! Get on all fours and squeal!
But in Hyper Devotion Noir, to me, she doesn't really provide much. I mean, I know it's not a game, so I wasn't really expecting much from her, but she could have been a bit more decent. Though at least in that game, she sees Vio as a partner. Hell, they both have the same voice actress.
As loyal and honor-bound as ever. That's what always drew me to you. Thanks. Let's do our best together. Right. I hope we get along just fine. Having a partner you can trust is more important than anything if you ask me.
To me, she's just okay. Not bad, just okay. Now we're moving on to the good characters. Ram can be quite outgoing and rambunctious, and it's quite understandable since she's the younger twin of Ram. I look at them as the yin-yang symbol, or the two sides of a coin. And in Ram's case, she's the rowdy one who loves to pull pranks, and I think it's quite hilarious. Especially in Victory, when Blonde allowed Ram to play roughly with Neptune. It's a lot better than how it was with Peachy and Neptune, by the way. And despite her constant pranks on Blonde, she still loves her big sister no matter what. And I really enjoyed it. Ram may not be one of my favorites, but she's still an enjoyable character to me. And we're on to the other side of the coin, Rom, the older twin of Ram. Unlike her, Rom can be very shy and timid around people that she never met, which is one of the reasons why she loves being around Ram. But even so, it's what makes her pretty cute. What I find pretty adorable is how much she looks up to Nipgear and how she sees her as a secondary big sister. I mean, I can't really say that much about Rom other than her being really adorable, but I find her personality and character to be pretty cute and adorable. Yep, Plutia is in B tier with the twins. I mean, at glance, she seems like a gentle and snuggly looking girl, and she's even more lazy than Neptune, where she spends more time making plushies and taking multiple naps due to her having narcolepsy. Sort of. But when she goes HDD, the term Sadie definitely comes into play, to where she violated R4, traumatizing little Iffy in the process, spanking the living hell out of Iffy, Segami, and even Linda, and many other sadistic actions. Hell, she almost raped Linda in episode 10 of the anime.
I was under the assumption that everyone on this island got turned into mindless soldiers, but I see you managed to hang in there.
Please, not again!
Now what am I gonna do with you?
That tickles!
Iris Heart is a force to be reckoned with. She's definitely the perfect definition of the two sides of a coin. But that's what I like about her. Though her talking very slowly doesn't make her all that cute. I say Puna does a better job at it, and she's way cuter than Plutia, honestly. Still, that doesn't mean she's not cute. If anything, Plutia is quite adorable whenever she doesn't transforms, because when she does, she can be quite sadistically scary. Sexy and intimidating, but very sadistically scary. Did you get the reference? Blonde and A tier? Please tell me someone got that in the comments down below. Now, I've stated both of the blondes being similar to each other, but with Hyperdimension Blonde, she's much more enjoyable. She may not have the biggest tits like Noir and Vert, but she definitely has the biggest booty out of all of them. Her personality seems more stoic, and she seems to warm up to Neptune as time goes on. Despite her not spending that much time with her little sisters due to her work ethic, Blonde still knows how to have fun with them. Plus, I love her interactions with Seisha. They look so awesome together, hence the name Golden Pair as it comes into play. To me, Blonde is one lovable little grump. Please, just don't give her big tatas, because it does not suit her that well. Here we are with the much better Noir. Now, despite the similarities between the two Noirs, this one is the much more enjoyable Noir. Not only does she seem more mature, but her Cinderella's tone is very lovable. Maybe one day she can put her pride aside and confess her love towards Neptune. Oh yeah, Noah is definitely a thing. And her role as Uni's big sister is very lovable. I just wish she'd given Uni a tiny bit more credit, though. But that's just me, though. I also love how much of a closet cosplayer she can be as well, which leads us to the most iconic scream in Neptunia history.
Check it out! Upon inspection, they're cosplay photos.
So that was a Four Goddesses Online costume. That's why I recognized it.
That scream is way too enjoyable. I hope Noir continues to be a much more successful character than she already is. Yes, as a Neptunia character, Nepgear is my fourth favorite. As a CPU candidate, she's my second favorite. She's an adorable tech geek that loves all sorts of technology and video games, though she has a fetish for tinkering with robots. Her distribution as a main protag when she was introduced into the world was pretty good, though it can be better without that damn conquest route. And she just had it worse in Victory. One minute she gets separated from Neptune, and when they reunite, Neptune left her again, which made her feel depressed. That was messed up on Neptune's part. Hell, even when she regained her powers, she got violated by Iris Heart in the process, and it just goes on and on and on. Granted, as time goes on, she seems to be treated much better in the later games. Plus, despite that little incidents that I've mentioned, the sisterly bond between her and Neptune is very lovable and adorable. I would say Nepgear is one amazing character that I actually enjoyed a lot. And now, we're in the top 3, and as you can tell, Uni takes the 3rd spot, and she takes the number 1 spot as my favorite CPU candidate. Seriously, she's one badass character that I really love. Like Noir, Uni's a tsundere, but is much more apparent with Noir. And the thing about Uni is her inferior complex towards Noir, because she wants to be as good as her sister, if not better. Although she does know how to handle a firearm, which is pretty much her fetish by the way. She just loves guns so much. from pistols to shotguns, rifles, snipers, bazookas, you name it. Also, some of her lines in V2 are so enjoyable to hear.
Freeze, bitch! C-Max, which do you like? An assault rifle, a Gatling gun, or an anti-tank rifle? Because I'll take your favorite gun and shoot you right in that thick head of yours!
What more can I say? Uni is one amazing character with one superb personality and the third best booty in Neptunia.
Where are you looking?
Yes, the main pro tag is at number 2. From her fourth wall breaking, to her hilarious jokes, to her love for video games, to her obsession with pudding. Like, come on, this is Neptune, okay? You have to like Neptune. You have to at least put her in the top 3. Even in her HDD form, she can still break the fourth wall at times, but we forgive her because she's pretty amazing and sexy, okay? Neptune can also be seen as a pervert sometimes, which is also hilarious.
Good thing they're censored. Come on! You know you really are a serious perv, Neptune! Perving out what the heart does best. Now hurry up and strip for realsies.
Now that I remember, you said something about being shy around girls, right? What would happen if a girl was to touch you?
Hey, what's the reaction?
How cute. Even though you're a robot, you're getting so red. You must really not be used to this kind of attention. Then, if I move my body up real close to you like this, what would happen? No, cutie. You're not getting away. I have so many things I want to ask you. Isn't there anything you want to ask me?
Plus, I love her constant teasing towards Noir, giving her nicknames like Loner or Lonely Heart. Considering the fact that these two hang out from time to time, like, do I even need to go on in this list? Neptune may not be my number 1 favorite Neptunia character, but she's definitely come close. And here we are. Somebody must have predicted this. But yeah, Uzume is my number 1 favorite Neptunia character. Her distribution as a secondary pro tag is something I enjoy a lot. Her personality is so cool, the way she wields a megaphone is so cool, and the way she goes Valley Girl mode is so adorable. Then we get to her HDD form. Orange Heart is such a lovable cutie, okay? She can be playful at times, but she's pretty tough and knows how to hold her own. Plus, her design is too freaking adorable, okay? Like, I just love everything about Uzume. She's a perfect mix of badassery and cuteness, and that is why Uzume is my number 1 favorite Neptunia character of all time. Alright, that's the video. That's my tier list on the 14 CPUs. Let me know in the comment section below on what you think of this tier list. I might do another one in the near future, but for now, here's something else. I made a poll on Twitter for you all to choose which set of Neptunia videos you want me to do. Either the semi-reconstructed review on a Neptunia anime, or a let's play of Hyperdimension Neptunia V2. Votes in the comment section will not count, okay? So be sure to place your vote in. The poll will end in a few days, so yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Now let's roll that outro. Hey, thanks so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, be sure to give it a like. If you want to support this channel further and join the Starlight family, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell as well so you can get updated on videos that I upload. Also, my social media is down in the description below. You can follow me on Twitter, and you can follow me on Discord. I have a Discord server called the Starlight Community, and as well you can also follow my SoundCloud. All of the links will be in the description below. But until then, this is the Starlight Let's Play signing out. As always, go Kigenyo and have